Hi everyone, welcome back to Aidans Railways. Today I'm going to have a little look at a locomotive and some rolling stock. Now, the interesting thing about this railroad locomotive is I never actually bought it. It wasn't given to me, it was a freebie. Now, for the life of me, I can't work out or remember whether it was from BRM or Model Rail. But at one point they were doing a bit of a deal. When you subscribed to the magazine, you were getting this free locomotive, and it was free. The subscription fee was exactly the same. And I remember I'd already bought a couple of those magazines anyway, and I thought, oh, why not? So this is the locomotive that came. I hadn't intended to do a review or even show it, not so much a review, but show it. And it's never even really been out of the box, to be perfectly honest. But I thought we'd take a look at it because of something else I bought very recently. So there we go, it's a standard railroad box. Just open it up and it's a little sneaky there. R3587 LMS Jinty 060 Class 3F number 7109. Now I've got the usual instructions. Seen lots of these before. You get them all with these new locomotives, and you even get them with the second-hand ones if they've been looked after well. But basically the same chassis that you can see is used on the 08 railroad model as well. So I'll just put them to one side, and then we can see it. Very basic model. It's not an awful lot you can say in the way of paintwork, because at the end of the day it is a black locomotive. So there we go, let's just take a look at it there. Got your LMS print on there and the running number of 7109. You can see the detail inside the cab. None of it picked out with paintwork. Maybe that's a job for the future. I've already done that with other locomotives. If you've watched any of my videos, you'll know that. Nice big hefty coal load. Not too sure whether that's removable or not. Separate buffers. They're not sprung, but they are separate. They are metal, which is always nice. The decoupling, which is just the standard one, is just screwed on, so it could be potentially changed for something else. Separate the safety valves and whistle. It's even got the print on the front of the smoke box door for its running number as well. This didn't come with a detail pack, I don't believe. Let's have a quick look. No, it didn't come with a detail pack for the brake hose or anything like that, but I've got plenty of them lying around. These handrails and bits are separately fitted, just plastic. Most of it is just moulded though. And you can see that it's actually not bad for a basic railroad model. I don't think they're really that much to buy anyway, but if it's free, it costs nothing, did it? This is all separately fitted as well. I'm not entirely sure what it is, but all this pipe work and things. And you can see the moulding there on the top of the water tanks. But it's not a bad loco. It has been run, but I think it was just literally to run it in when I first got it. Beautifully, there's no traction tyres, and the centre wheel does have flanges. But as you can see, to compensate for going around corners, it is pretty flexible. It'll move to help and assist. In fact, looking at that, it's still got plenty of grease on that centre cog there for keeping it lubricated, so I don't think it needs servicing or anything, but it has been stored away for a good couple of years now, so that'll give you an idea of when this deal took place. Like I say, I can't remember whether it was Model Rail or BRM. Anyway, I got the subscription and I got a free loco. So as far as I was concerned, I was quids in. Nothing wrong with a nice little locomotive like that. Never really thought about how I would use it and things like that. I suppose it was just one of those things. It was spur of the moment. I've purchased a loco. But I wouldn't really have brought it up, but I bought some rolling stock recently, and I'm just going to bring into the view here this one here. Now this is one of those static models from the old Great British steam locomotives, and it's pretty much, it is the same loco, and when you put them side by side, you could be forgiven for thinking it was almost the same moulding. Obviously it's not. I don't believe it is anyway, but I never really noticed that I had two. So I've got two different running numbers, which is even better. This could easily sit in a siding or even a shed as a static model. on a layout with this running, you know, this running as well, and you'd be none the wiser really. Admittedly, this one does have brake hoses fitted to it, but it's got something a little extra here on the coal bunker as well. So I don't know whether it's sort of like a splash over for the coal, I'm not too sure, but there is a static model as well. But like I say, I purchased some roller stock recently. Now, in my last video, I purchased some Southern Malachite green coaches, composite coaches, to run with the bullied Pacifics. Now, a few weeks prior to that, I went into the model shop, this time yet again, Dome Trains are standing, and he'd had quite a insurgence of second-hand stock coming. And these actually haven't been out of the bubble wrap since I purchased them. But like the coaches in my last video, they were priced up at £6 each, and I think I got them for about £5 each. So there's about £20 worth of coaches there. I saw them and I thought, oh, that's not a bad price, they look good. And this is where the confession comes in. Other than static models, I don't believe I actually have any real LMS locomotives. Years ago I used to have Duchesses, Coronations, Princesses, all that sort of thing. And they all went the distance when children came along, and I've never ever replaced them. So I have a feeling that I may well have to do so in the future. I'll just put this packaging out of the way, but they have been in that packaging ever since I purchased them. So what we've got here is, when I bought these, I bought the 4, and by the looks of it, there was 2 standard brake composite coaches, and these are in LMS livery. You can see a running number there, 5644, and 3rd class LMS. I might do something to the interior here to kind of block the fact that there's no detail in there, but we have got cab seating in the compartments, and we've got the corridor at that side. These have got what I would call the silver seal wheels. They're not in really bad condition, but you can see there's little chips at certain parts. So like my last coaches, I might be tempted to replace the wheels on this, so it could be quite expensive for all of these coaches to get their wheels replaced. But it's just moulded cab detail, probably could do with a bit of a dust, but I got 2 of those. Here's the second one, and you can see they're in pretty good condition. And let's have a look, let's just see. And it is the same running number. I thought as much, but I haven't had a look at the sides on that other one. But you've got your just moulded buffers, moulded cab end corridor end detail. Both sides exactly the same, big D couplings, plenty of sort of chassis detail, but it's basic. It is basic. Once over, these would have been the Hornby Railways main range, but now they'd be classed as your railroad equivalent. But not bad. There's 2 brake end coaches, and then there was these 2 standard 1st, 3rd compartment corridor coaches as well. A bit more detail on the underframe there. LMS, and what is this? 3934. That's not bad. Moulded detail on the roof. Pretty much the same. They've still got the stickers on the sides. I'm not going to try peeling them off, or should I? No. They look like it could be a bit difficult at the minute, and I don't want any residue left on too much. So I could do detail into the inside of the compartments, which I might well do. If you notice, there's no armrests inside these compartments at the 3rd class end. But when you get towards the 1st class, you can see the armrests in between the seats. So they didn't, isn't completely sparse of detail. They have actually put those in. I might paint up those interiors and fit some people, but there are 2 of them. There's no buffers missing on any of these. They are pretty generic. There might be the odd hook that's missing on this one, but I think we're pretty safe so far. So the same number, 3934. Crest in the middle isn't brilliant, but for a basic coach, that's not bad. I saw them and I thought to myself, well, what have I got to pull them with? And I couldn't remember. And then I thought to myself, well, I thought 4 coaches is a little excessive. for a little Jinty, but maybe 2, possibly 3 on a branch line. If I was going to model a preserved railway, you might get away with 3 or 4. But at the moment, I'm stuck with them. One LMS locomotive. So in the future, there could be another one coming. But when I went to buy those green malachite stone coaches the other day, when I saw them and I purchased them, on one of the shelves, on its own, was one of these. And I think it was actually with these 4, but had been moved to somewhere else in the store when someone had been looking at it and had never been put back. So when I saw it, I got it for the £5 as opposed to the 6, because I was buying the malachite coaches as well. So I thought I'll pick it up anyway. Now with a rake of 5, 2 rake ends and 3 standard, I firmly believe now that maybe for the time being, the little Jinty can pull a couple, but I do believe I may have to buy a Princess or Coronation, Duchess, that sort of thing. I could get a Patriot, I don't know. I feel now that I have the rolling stock, I may have to buy something to pull them with as a rake. So let me know in the comments what you think. Do you think I should just stick them with the Jinty? Do you think I should get something a bit more powerful to make them look, or put them all together and make it look like a really good old train? But I thought I would share this with you. It's, like I say, little steals. So the coaches have set me back £25. I've got a loco that didn't cost me anything because I would have subscribed to the magazine anyway. Just out of curiosity, if I put them up alongside each other, they don't look out of place. I think there's a little branch line. You could have a couple of them, maybe 3 at most, I don't know. You might know better than me. But in these colours, I don't know. This to me just screams out it should be pulling wagons. But for the time being, it's on light commuter duties, I would say. Branch line duties, I should say. So there you go. Nice £25 steal in total over 2 visits. A free loco that came with a magazine. So never dismiss a freebie with something like a magazine subscription, because if the magazine subscription is going to say be 20 something pounds for the year, that's a pretty good deal anyway. But if you're going to get a locomotive thrown in at the same time, well, especially one like this, because let's face it, your 040s from your Hornby Collectors Club, they're about, I don't know, £28-38 to buy separately. Brand new one of these, not entirely sure off the top of my head, but I think it's going to be higher than the £30 mark at least. Maybe 45, 50, I'm not too sure, not 100% sure, but it was free. I don't believe for 1 minute it's DCC ready, but it could easily be retrofitted. And with a little bit of extra work with the detail and things, could look like a rather nice locomotive. So let me know what you think in the comments bar. Do you think it was a good steal? Do you think it was worth buying the coaches? Now that I've left myself in the situation that I really might need to buy a larger locomotive. Do you think I should be ashamed for not having a large LMS locomotive? Is it time that I need to get one? Bearing in mind I have these 5 coaches. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, let me know. And as always, if you haven't subscribed, press that subscribe button and press the bell, and you will be notified every time a video comes up. For those of you who are following the O-Gauge project, it is still steaming ahead, but I'm going to try and make the video a little bit longer for the next one on the O-Gauge project, just purely because of the fact that I want to try and get as much in as I possibly can. Although in saying that, with the videos being on time-lapse, that's going to be quite a bit. So, as you always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Bye now.